So now I'm going to make a video on topic of fertilization. So first of all, that just consider that for fertilization, that sperms, that is male gametes, must be released from the male reproductive tract to enter into the female reproductive tract. So just take this idea in your mind. So first of all, that I'm going to discuss about the maturation of sperm. So first of all, that you all know that seminiferous tubules produce spermatozoa, but here that these sperms which are produced, they are immature, non-motile, and they have no tendency to fertilize an ova. Now, so as I already discussed that these sperms must be released from the male reproductive tract. So therefore that is sperm must reach from this seminiferous tubules to the penis, and this is the pathway of sperm. So first of all, that you can see here that seminiferous tubules produce immature sperms. Then sperms go into epididymis, then into the vas deferens, then in the ejaculatory tract, and then in the urethra, and then into the penis. And then these sperms are released from the penis, and the process by which sperms release, and that is ejaculation. Now here that you can see here that in this pathway, that is spermatozoa sperms, that they mixed with secretions of the prostate gland and seminal vesicles, due to which sperms become motile, and this is sperm maturation. But as I already discussed that, but here initially that is sperms were immature and non-motile, but these sperms now they have undergone maturation and they are motile, but here that is they are not capable of fertilizing an ova. So due to the maturation of sperm, you can see here that these sperms become motile and matured, but for understanding that is their fertilization capacity, that is you will have to understand the capacitation process. So therefore, so from seminiferous tubules to penis, so here sperms have matured, so therefore sperms have matured, that means sperms become motile and they have some maturity. So friends, so now you can see here that this is the structure of sperm. So here sperm head before maturation, sperm head, so here this is the structure of glycoprotein, and this is the so here structure of sperm, so here after maturation. So you can see here that is glycoprotein change, and that is the important part. I've written that during maturation, so a maturation process of sperm, so here glycoproteins covering the sperm head undergo changes. So now the next one is the capacitation of sperm, and through this process, so here that is sperms undergo a tendency to fertilize an ova. But before understanding the capacitation of sperm, you should see a diagram. So friends, you can see here that this is the sperm and this is the female genital tract. So here so this is the sperm head, and when this sperm comes in contact with the female genital tract, so then only capacitation begins. So therefore that is the first point I've written, that capacitation of sperms, so here begins when sperms come in contact with the female genital tract. So friends, so now you see here that this is the so here a condition of sperm before capacitation. So here there, so this is the head of the sperm, and there are some glycoproteins and seminal proteins. So here glycoproteins and seminal proteins, they are covering the head of the sperm. Now you can see here that is through the secretions of female genital tract, you can see here that is all the glycoproteins and seminal proteins, that is which were initially covering the head of the sperm, that is all those proteins have been removed. So here, and this is the main concept of capacitation. So therefore you can see here that is secretions of female genital tract, and as I already mentioned that is, so here capacitation process begins when the sperm comes in contact with the female genital tract. So therefore that is capacitation of sperm be so here done in the female genital tract, whereas maturation of sperm, so here maturation of sperm, you can see here that is maturation of sperm that is done in the male genital tract, and here and a secretions of prostate gland and seminal vesicles essential, that is for the sperm maturation. So therefore basically sometimes like that in simple MCQ, so here teachers may ask you. And here basically and all these diagrammatic portions are written in a language that is the process by which glycoproteins and seminal proteins, so here glycoproteins and seminal proteins, so here covering the surface of the spermatozoon, so here spermatozoon, so here that is removed, so the acrosomal enzymes can be released, and that process is known as capacitation of sperm. Now so here that is, and my next part is the acrosome reaction, and also that you will understand that is for this acrosomal reaction or acrosome reaction, that is a capacitation of sperm is done, and also that is you will understand that is why through the process, that is why through the process of capacitation basically sperms undergo a tendency to fertilize an ovum. My next topic is acrosome reaction or acrosomal reaction. So but before understanding the acrosomal reaction, that is you should just keep in your mind that that is for fertilization there are some barriers are there, and all those barriers must be penetrated. So initially, that is I told you that is for fertilization sperms must be released from the male reproductive tract to enter into a female reproductive tract. Now that is I am going to explain a little bit about fertilization. So here basically that is fertilization occurs when the nucleus of sperm, so here this is the nucleus of sperm, you can see here, when this nucleus of sperm, so here that is contacts the nucleus of ovum, so then only fertilization begins. But now that is you can see here, that is if the sperm has to reach from here to here, that is that this sperm has to penetrate first of all that is corona radiata cell layer and zona pellucida membrane and this peripheral membrane, then only sperm can reach here. So therefore basically first I have to mention what are the barriers, that is corona radiata cell, zona pellucida and peripheral membrane that together constitute, so therefore that is corona radiata cell, and here that is all these three factors, and all these three factors that together constitute that is fertilization barriers. Now we will understand that is the importance of capacitation. And through this acrosome, so here basically through this acrosome, that is acrosomal enzymes release, and all these acrosomal enzymes that is, so here, so this is the acrosome, you can see here, that just zoom, so here that this part is the acrosome, and through this acrosome, that is acrosomal enzymes, so here that these are acrosomal enzymes released. So friends, you can see here that from this acrosomal cap, that these acrosomal enzymes are released, and these acrosomal enzymes that help the sperm in penetrating corona radiata cell, zona pellucida and a peripheral membrane to reach the nucleus of the ovum, and that process of release of acrosomal enzymes for the penetration of fertilization barriers is known as acrosome reaction. So friends, see that is I have written that is the process by which acrosomal enzymes released by acrosome, so here help in the penetration of barriers, and that is known as acrosome reaction or acrosomal reaction. So now I am going to, so here mention that is what are prerequisite conditions for fertilization to occur. So now I am going to discuss, so here prerequisite conditions for fertilization. So the first one is the maturation of sperm, so this is done in the male reproductive tract, and second is the capacitation of sperms and acrosomal reactions done in female reproductive tract. So this is the sperm maturation, so this is the maturation of sperm. So this is the maturation of sperm, you can see here maturation of sperm, and here basically, and through the process of sperm maturation, the initial sperms become motile and they become mature, and this is the capacitation of sperms, and here that is, and through the capacitation of sperms you can see here basically that is the glycoproteins and seminal proteins covering the surface of protozoan, spermatozoon removed. And also next is the acrosomal reaction. Basically acrosomal reaction is simply the release of acrosomal enzymes. So here basically by which acrosomal enzymes released by acrosome help in the penetration of barriers. So now basically a very important question, that how does capacitation of sperms leads to the increase in the capacity of the sperm to fertilize. So a very important question, how does capacitation so now friends, that is so this is a very important question, how does capacitation process make the sperms capable to the fertilization or to fertilize the ova. Now so friends, as you already know, that is to fertilize the nucleus of ovum, that this nucleus of sperm, or this sperm must penetrate all these barriers, that is corona radiata cell. So friends, as you can see here, that is for the nucleus of sperm to fertilize the nucleus of ovum, it has to cross all these three barriers, that is all these three barriers, fertilization barriers, corona radiata cell layer, zona pellucida and perivitrilline membrane. And you know that, and for this penetration, that is acrodermal enzymes must be released from the acrodermal cap. Now, and these acrodermal enzymes can be released only when their surface is not covered. Now, as you know that through the process of capacitation of sperms, that is all these glycoproteins and seminal proteins, that is which cover that this acrodermal cap, they are removed, then only that these acrodermal enzymes can be released. But if these glycoproteins and seminal proteins are covered by this acroderm, then these acrodermal enzymes will not be released, and that this removal of glycoproteins and seminal proteins done by this capacitation of sperm, then only acrodermal enzymes can be released, and then this release of acrodermal enzymes help in the penetration of this fertilization barriers. And only when these fertilization barriers are penetrated, then only nucleus of sperm can do contact with the nucleus of ovum, and then only the main definition, basically fertilization, will occur. And friends, sorry for the disturbance. And all these portions are written. So here capacitation of sperm, so here means the removal of glycoproteins and seminal proteins over the sperm head. So just see, simple. Now here is the capacitation, so here all these glycoproteins and seminal proteins removed from the sperm head. So then only that is acrodermal enzymes, can be released from this acroderm. This is the acroderm, and from this acrodermal enzymes can be released, and then this helps in the, so here penetration of these barriers. And what are the barriers? Simple, corona radiata cell there, zona pellucida and perivitrilline membrane, a penetration of barriers, then a fusion of male and female gametes occurs. So that's, so here that in this way capacitation of sperms, capacitation process, so here that is makes the sperms, so here capable to the fertilization. That's all. So and for the next part, so please stay tuned, and if you have liked and if you have understood the video, so please subscribe the channel. That's all. Thank you.